Hi there, hello, how are you? I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day so far. Today, I'm probably honestly a little too excited about this air purifier, but we are going to be reviewing the Membrane Solutions MS601 Smart Air Purifier. This thing has an absolute ton of features. It has a lot of promises. It even has an app. We're going to be testing it out over a period of time though, because first impressions don't really mean anything. I need to know if I actually see a difference in like the dust that's in the air, because as you walk around, you're kicking up dust, you're kicking up mites and dander and all of the nasty stuff on the ground. And also, I want to feel a difference in my overall health. Do I actually notice a difference in my breathing or how I just feel in general? I dog sit a lot. I have two kids that are probably stinkier than the dog. I partake in some herb burning, so my house can get stinky fast. And I'm not a person to light a candle. I don't like how they smell generally. I also will not remember to put it out. I will have to maintain it. I will have to go to the store and continue to buy candles. And when I blow them out, instant headache. Same thing with like the air wicks, the things, the little plugins that you put into the wall. Like, I get it. It's giving off the smell, but it's not purifying your house at all. It's just like covering it up. I want to actually purify the air in this house. I want to be able to breathe better. So we are going to be getting into this thing. Part one is going to be unboxing and setting up. Part two is going to be getting through all the features, my true honest opinion on it, what I liked, what I didn't like, and if I felt like it actually did a good job, if I could actually feel a difference in it, if I could actually visually see a difference in it. So first things first, let's unbox it and see what it came with. The MS601 comes with everything you need to get started. The quick startup guide for the app, the owner's manual, and the MS601 air purifier. This is the largest air purifier from Membrane Solutions, measuring 13 by 13 square at the base and 27 inches tall, a light 19 pounds, and it can filter more than 3,000 square feet of air in an hour. The quick startup guide on top walks you through the control panel features and important steps for setting up the air purifier. The first thing you'll need to do is remove all of the tape in order to access the back panels. There are no less than 4 warnings telling you to remove the filter from its plastic, so open up the bottom compartment that houses the air filter and remove it from its plastic. This is a 4-stage filter with a pre-filter to catch larger particles like visible dust and pet hair, then a true HEPA 13 filter to trap pollen, dander, bacteria, and many allergens, then not 1 but 2 carbon filters to trap odor particles such as smoke, paint fumes, and pet smells. Once it is reinstalled, we are ready to get started. To get started, first thing I'm going to do is download the app. Okay, obviously you need to set up an account and connect this to it in order to be able to use those features. All right, now it wants to connect to my Wi-Fi. All right, so then add device. Select my device, or it's searching. I wonder if it'll pick it up. It seems pretty easy. It's walking me through the steps. There's nothing confusing right here. It's just taking a little bit of time for it to connect. And I guess that was it. Well, that's neat. And now we can control it from the app, but we're gonna mess with this first. This here is the fan speed. It's already on low. You can't even hear it. It's so quiet. This is the quietest air purifier I've ever tried. Bumping it up to 2. Still quieter than the other ones that I have, and it's pushing out a whole heck of a lot of air. 3. And the highest. All right, here's your filter reset button. Here's how we connect it to Wi-Fi, and obviously the power button. This one will cycle through different modes. You also have a light sensor right here that cannot be covered up, so you shouldn't put anything on top of this, which that doesn't make sense anyway, because this is where the filtered air is coming out. Over here you have a timer. You can select up to 12 hours here, but also in the app, you can set up entire schedules. I'm excited about that. And then right here, you just tap it once to turn the lights off. So it's an incognito mode. You can have this in your bedroom and the lights wouldn't bother you. Or when you hold it for 3 seconds, it's going to lock the screen and lock all of the features from being used on the panel. You'll see a little lock here, so kids can't go up to it and just start touching things. That's glorious. Now that we have unboxing and setup done, first impressions of this, that was way easier than I expected. I love those wheels. I love that you could tuck it away, bring it back out really easily. It doesn't look commercial. It does look residential, or it would look really nice in an office. This is their largest one, so it is pretty big. It covers 3,000 square feet. That's overkill for my house, but I'm expecting it to do an amazing job. And it's so quiet. It's on right now. It's so quiet. It's actually filtering air, and it's not obnoxious. Even all of the buttons on top here, it's very intuitive. It's very easy to use, and I just want to see if it does a good job. I guess I'll see you after the test. Okay, so it's been a couple weeks. We have lots of things to talk about. This thing is the best filter I've ever used. I've tried 7 other filters ranging from $30 to $600. I've never had the air in my house smell like a freaking hospital. It smells so clean. It smells like nothing. It's weird that nothing smells like something. It smells void of everything. It is so sterile. I've never had my nasal passages as open as they are. I've never had like such an easy time breathing around my house. I don't notice nearly as much dust settling on all the surfaces, and I didn't even show you all the most exciting feature about this. Watch this. Right now I have it in eco mode. I'm gonna do a little test and puff something back here. And this little door above the air filter on the back is actually where it's detecting the smells. So it does need to be kept unblocked, and it does need to be cleaned every few months. Oh, it's so fast. I did blow it right at the sensor. The number and the color ring up here on the control panel represents the quality of your air. If it turns red, then that means your air quality is absolute garbage. And the number is going to read anywhere between 116 and cap out at 999. If it's orange, then the air quality is moderate and the number will read between 76 and 115. If the color ring is green, then the air quality is still good and the number will read between 35 and 75. If it's blue, then the air quality is great, with less than 35 airborne particles detected within 1 cubic meter of air volume. Isn't that wild? You know what's actually kind of crazy about it? How it reacts to different kind of smoke. So if it's like an actual carcinogenic smoke, it shoots up there so lickety fast. If it's more of like a vapor type smoke, it tends to take a little bit slower of a climb and then it comes down a lot faster. If it's a cooking smell, it seems to be about the same way, where it kind of ramps up a little bit and then comes back down. Surprisingly, candles really trigger it, because candles are burning, and burning of any sort is carcinogenic and it is putting pollutants into the air, but it did not get triggered by my cleaner room spray. So I have like the Scentsy mandarin orange room spray, did not trigger it. Those the reeds, the oil reed diffusers in the oil, that doesn't trigger it. Neither do like perfumes or colognes. So like clean scents, laundry detergents, things like that don't trigger it. Now if you're trying to get rid of just the smells in your house in general, then yeah, kick it onto whatever you want. But if you're trying to clean and purify the air, I'm gonna say stick to eco mode. Now this thing has 4 different modes. This button right here is for the modes, and this is where you're going to cycle through the modes and see them change right below the number there. So you got auto, eco, turbo, and sleep. Auto is going to leave it on fan speed number 1, and it's automatically going to adjust based on the air quality. So if the air quality starts to decline, then the fan speed is going to increase, and it's going to go based on the colors. So once it declines to green, it's going to increase to 2. Down to orange, it's going to increase to 3. And when it's reading poor air quality, 4, it's going to have the whole fan lit up. It's really intuitive. It makes a whole lot of sense. There's a light sensor right here, so once it detects a low light setting, it's going to turn the screen off, and it's going to look kind of like that at night. Then there's eco mode, which I like even more. It does all the same things as auto. It adjusts the fan speed based on the quality of the air. It turns the light off at night. You don't have to think about it. It's like a set it and forget it. The only difference is that on eco mode, it's using even less power, that once it detects that the air quality has been this great for a period of time, it's going to shut down kind of entirely and just wait for a scent to come in to kick it back on. Next up is turbo mode. It's just running on high and it's not going to stop until you tell it to. I don't ever use this except for when I'm hotboxing my bathroom. And last up is sleep mode. If you're a super light sleeper, which I am, and you don't want it to kick on at night, which even in eco mode, when it kicks on at night, it doesn't bother me at all. Sleep mode is where it's at. It's going to keep it at the lowest and quietest setting possible. It's still filtering the air in your room. It doesn't have any illumination happening right here, but it's not sensing anything, and it's not going to adjust the fan speed. You're just going to stay at the lowest and slowest. And while we're here, let me just show you. The filter button does a little bit more than what I had said before. When you tap it, it's going to tell you your filter life. When you hold it down for 3 seconds, it's going to reset your filter life. So that's all you do when you need a new filter. It is going to illuminate the words filter somewhere on the screen, and then you know that it's been cashed out. Time to order a new filter. All right, now I know what you're wondering. How often do you have to replace this filter? They say it lasts for 2,000 hours or approximately 6 months. It depends on the environment though. So the panel up top here, when it throws the little change filter warning and it has the actual like filter life percentage up there, it's ranking it based on 2,000 hours. The air quality in my house has been blue, like great, the majority of the time. Unless there's an actual irritant that we're putting in the air like cooking or smoking, then it doesn't really kick on and it doesn't use it. So I think what I'll get on my filter is what they rated as the most, 2,800 hours. On the other end of the spectrum, if it's constantly going, like it's being placed in an environment that's fairly dirty, then you might have to change it more often at like 1,200 to 1,500 hours. You will realize when that happens, when it's no longer performing the way that it's supposed to perform. If it can't get you back down to blue, or it's hanging out in orange and red for a while, when the sensor back here has been clean and there's really no reason why it shouldn't be performing excellently, then it's just time to change the filter. You can get those obviously on their website. You can also get them on Amazon and set them up as a subscription. We do have a link and code down below. They were so kind to give us. Where's my phone? So the app it's not necessary. It's nice. So I don't really use the app a whole lot because I just set it in eco mode, and that's just how I leave it. I set it and forget it. I don't ever have to think about it. But if I wanted to jump into the app for some reason, in here you can check the filter life, you can see the quality of your air at a glance, you can change the fan speed, you can change the different modes, you can lock and unlock it, set your timers. If you go into settings, you can plan out tasks, which is setting up like an entire schedule or routine around it, which isn't necessary for me. I can see how maybe it's a little bit more necessary in an office setting where you don't really need to filter the air overnight, but maybe during the day. You can also reset your filter, buy your replacement filter from here. But the interface on the app is super easy. The interface up here on the control panel is super easy. I hotboxed my bathroom and this thing went into turbo mode and it cleaned it out in 8 minutes. I've never had anything like that. The only smell that you can smell was emanating off of the things that I had just burnt. The air was totally clean. I give this a 10 out of 10. The replacement filters are very reasonably priced. I think they last a reasonable amount of time. It's not loud, it's not clunky, it's not ugly, it filters the air really well, it moves around really well, it's light. 19 pounds isn't that much. I know that sounds like a lot, but I can carry this up and down the stairs super easily, and I'm like a little, well, I've been going to the gym, but like I'm a girl. Other filters have been difficult for me to move around my house. This one is just, it's really easy. I think it's gonna result in us changing our furnace filter less often, which might have us save money on furnace filters, in which case this will, in a slight way, in a weird backwards way, pay for itself and pay for its own filters. I will have all the information for Membrane Solutions down below in the pinned comment and in the description box. They did give us a link and a code if you choose to buy one of these. I would love if you used it. I am gonna have a video up over on my other channel. It's a cannabis dedicated channel, hotboxing my bathroom with this thing. So if you wanna see it in action, this thing is absolutely insane. This is one of my absolute favorite things just in general for my overall house health. Also so helpful and so useful for my little hobby there, keeping my house smelling nice. I appreciate them for sending this my way. A huge shout out to all my patrons for making videos like this possible. If you're still here, you should hit subscribe, or you could check out my other channel. I think it's on this side. Maybe it's on the side. There's videos and channels and stuff over here for you to check out next. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Ready? That was nice.